Pastor Jeff here. Let's talk about something that some of us avoid but is really good for us in this week's installment of Wednesday Encouragement. The thing that I'm referring to is crying. Let me preface this with some of us cry, we just don't want others to see us doing it. One of the new shows on NBC, Grand Crew, did a whole episode on this concept. Specifically, guys crying in front of other guys led to the inability to look each other in the eye. I guess the root of this is that crying is somehow a form of weakness, which it absolutely is not. Holding on to all those feelings and emotions and keeping them bottled up is actually detrimental to our health. So I love the story about how Jesus modeled this well in John chapter 11. The story in John chapter 11 is about one of Jesus' friends who has died, and when he goes to meet with the family, he is overcome with grief. John 11:33-36 says, "When Jesus saw her weeping, and the Jews who had come along with her also weeping, he was deeply moved in spirit and troubled. 'Where have you laid him?' he asked. 'Come and see, Lord,' they replied. Jesus wept. Then the Jews said, 'See how he loved him.'" In verse 35, where it says Jesus wept, this is not subdued crying. This is ugly crying, snot out of your nose crying, convulsing crying. In this culture, families would pay people to mourn for them, and Jesus was outdoing those people, and that's why they noticed him crying and said, "Look how much he loved his friend." In his book, Adopted for Life, Dr. Russell Moore talks about pursuing an adoption in an orphanage in Eastern Europe. He describes how eerily silent the babies were in the nursery. He said the babies never cried. Not because they never needed anything, but because they had learned that no one cared enough to answer. Children who are confident of the love of a caregiver cry. So when you take those feelings and then those emotions to your Creator and cry, you're actually deepening your relationship with Him. So when your friend starts to cry, don't run away. And if you need a good cry, don't be afraid to do so. So maybe take some time with God this week and have a really good cry. You got this. Be healthy. Go in peace.